welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So I'm excited to bring you along for a delicious and easy zucchini garden fritter recipe. I got inspired this morning on a Facebook post that Angie posted a recipe for zucchini fritters, and they were kind of Greek style. Greek ingredients, lemon and feta, and they just absolutely look delicious. And we hadn't eaten breakfast yet, so I said, how about some zucchini fritters for breakfast? I whipped these up and I've got them on the spicy side. I've got some goat cheese in there. I'm using a bunch of ingredients right out of the garden, right down to the eggs. So that being said, I hope it inspires you to stay with me and see how easy these are and how delicious they came out. And go check out my Facebook page, go down in the About section and check out all the links that I've left for you and say hi. All right, come on guys. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe. And maybe thumbs up. All right, so what I've got is my list of ingredients out on the counter here. And I'm doing basically a summer squash fritter, but I want to add other things from the garden like fresh cilantro. I've got 2 little tiny serrano peppers that are delicious. Farmer's market local garlic that's super sweet. This is an onion out of my garden. These are squash blossoms off of my patty pan squash. And in here I have about 1/2 of a zucchini grated and some of this patty pan grated in here. I salted it, tossed it with some Himalayan pink salt, let it sit for about 10 minutes, then I rinsed it, and now it's draining. You want to get as much liquid out of it as possible. And I've done fritters before without doing this step, but like I said, I saw a post on Facebook and it intrigued me. I wanted to see the difference in the texture by doing this salted version. And then we won't salt because it will hold on to some of that salt, so we won't salt in the actual recipe. I've got a lime, I've got some flour here, about 1/2 cup or so. I've got some baking powder. Now I do this because it makes them fluffy and light. I've got Greek yogurt, chili flakes, smoked paprika, and farm fresh, right out of the backyard eggs, from size so tiny to probably a double yolker. Anyway, we're going to use probably 3 of the small eggs. And so I'm doing a Southwest kind of a version. I'm going to dump this liquid out, and you can certainly give that liquid to your chickens. They will love you for it. So, got my zucchini, and it does lose a lot of it, but this is plenty for us. And you're going to go ahead, I'm going to zest my lime into this mixture because I want a little brightness. And so the zest of the lime, the recipe that I saw on Facebook that made me hungry for zucchini fritters was a Greek style with feta cheese and lemon and all the Greek flavors. So I thought, oh, but I really love spicy. So, and my garden's kind of a spicy garden. So, that being said, got your zest of the lime, and this is an exact recipe. You can do any variation you would like. We're going to go ahead and get the juice of that lime in here, and then I'm going to move you a little bit closer, I believe. So the juice of that lime, oh, that smells fantastic. 1/4 cup of goat cheese. Goat cheese melts beautifully. It's delicious. I'm going to chop up these flowers. I've taken the stamen out, so you just pop that stamen right out. Make sure they're nice and clean. You rinse them out. The bees were very busy, and you want to take male flour. So we're going to go ahead and add, we've got our lime juice and our zest. We're going to add our flour, and we may or may not need a little bit more flour, but we're going to start with that. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of baking powder in that, and that'll help them kind of get fluffy and delicious. It really does help the dish. I'm going to add a little bit of smoked paprika just because we like that hint of heat and smoke, and some red pepper flakes, good healthy pinch of those because you know we like it spicy. Okay, first little egg. And ooh, look at how beautiful that yolk is. You can certainly use store-bought eggs. You can save these shells, put them in your garden. You can bake them off, wash them or wash them and dry them, and put them back into your chicken's food. And okay, here's another one, and this will be plenty for this recipe. 3 little eggs. They're just gorgeous. Those chickens get fresh greens every day. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and add the rest of our ingredients. That's sweet garlic and onions, and the gorgeous yellow, bright yellow from the squash blossom, the cilantro, gotta have it, love cilantro. And then we're gonna move on to the yogurt. I've got fat-free Greek yogurt. You can use any brand you like. And we're gonna add about 1/4 cup. The Greek version used Greek yogurt as well. So we'll go ahead and get this done there. And then you've got your goat cheese. But before I put the goat cheese in, I'm gonna go ahead and get this mixed up. And then we'll add our goat cheese and we'll be ready to put these on the stove. Well, you know, I do want a little bit of cracked black pepper. And what a delicious breakfast. I love these for breakfast, and that's actually, it's gonna be our breakfast today. You've got your protein from your eggs and your yogurt and cheese, and look at all the vegetables, and really not a lot of carb for the whole deal. All right, and then we'll add our cheese. I want some pepper, the black pepper. Remember, no salt, because we had plenty of salt from salting the zucchini and patty pan squash. So you don't have to limit your fritters to one vegetable out of the garden. Hey, you can add sweet potatoes to this. Fritters are just perfect for any vegetable. Okay, add our crumbly goat cheese, and it just melts into the mix. Goat cheese and eggs really go well together. And get that crumbly, delicious surprise. Okay, I will meet you at the stove, because all we have to do is pop them into some hot coconut oil, and that's the oil I've chosen. I would use a high temperature oil. Olive oil would get to a burned state, so either you could use Wild Tree's grapeseed oil, but today I'm using coconut oil. So I'll meet you over there. All right, so I can kind of see my coconut oil is rippling, and you want a fair amount of oil because you are frying these fritters, and this is a once in a while treat. In fact, we only really get it a couple times a year in the summertime, because I don't buy zucchini in the store. I wait until I have my own. And you've got to wait until the eggs cook all the way through, and just a golden brown kind of a fritter. So we're going to do a couple of these at a time. And maybe a little one over here. Such a nice treat. All right, so as soon as these are ready to flip, okay, so I flipped that little one over, and looks like these are ready to go. And if you want a thicker batter, you can certainly add more flour to this. And I'm going to tell you that I would like mine a little thicker, so I added about a half a cup more to the remaining mixture, just because that's what I decided. Okay, I'm all done, and that amount of batter made a lot. It made 8 small ones, probably 2.5 inches around, like the size of a canning jar lid, small canning jar lid, and then 2 big ones. And I like the smaller ones. We agreed that the smaller ones were probably better. So I'm going to grab a couple of these, put them on a plate, and I'll show you what I got. So I've got my plate. This is how I'm serving them this morning. I've got 3 on here, and that's more than enough. In fact, I probably won't be able to eat all this, but I chopped up a little Roma tomato out of my garden, and I went and picked some chives and just cut them up over the top of this just to add a little garnish. So I'm going to take a little bit of the sour cream here. I've got a dollop of sour cream, and we'll get a little bite of this. And a little tomato. They look delicious. Let's do it. It's so good. It's light. It's like a little pillow. It's light. It's delicious. It's got a little bit of bite to it, but not at all hot. Just perfect for in the morning. It's just a delicate little pancake, fritter, whatever you would like to call them. They're delicious. So I truly hope you try this one. Because this time of year we all have an abundance of zucchini for those of us that have gardens, and this is a great way to use up some of your zucchini and your other squash. I use patty pan squash as well, so you can utilize a bunch of stuff out of your garden and make a delicious breakfast right out of the backyard. Anyways, I really hope it inspires you to come back, and if you're not a subscriber, I hope you subscribe to my channel. And if you are, thank you for staying with me and supporting my channel. And as always, guys, I can't wait to see you next time.